That's enough for me. Just gets everything moving again.
I managed 12. I really missed it yesterday. I could hardly move by the end of the day.
How's your workers' comp claim going?
The insurer's still knocking back my wages claim. So I rang WorkCover's Claims Assistance Service.
And?
They suggested I put in an application to the Workers' Compensation Commission. And they've set up a phone conference for next week.
Well, they won't resolve that over the phone, surely.
Yeah, they do quite often. And if that doesn't work, they set up a meeting in 3 weeks, and that'll really sort it out.
Oh, good luck with it, mate. I hope things work out well.
Yeah, so do I, mate. Thanks.
Angelo's a landscape gardener and he's hurt his back at work. As he's discovered, being off work, feeling crook and with no income is a lousy situation.
Yeah, mate. Thanks a lot, eh?
The Workers' Compensation Commission helps sort out disputes like Angelo's. It's a completely independent and impartial tribunal that makes sure injured workers and employers get their disputes resolved fairly and promptly. The Commission's much less formal than a court, and workers and employers are encouraged to take part in the process. There are no fees to pay, there's a free interpreter service if you need it, and if you want to be represented, the cost is covered by the Workers' Compensation Scheme.
I haven't slept properly in weeks. The pain's so bad. I can't drive a car on all these painkillers, let alone a truck.
Well, if your doctor doesn't think it's going to improve much, I'd say you've got a pretty good case for permanent impairment.
So where do we go from here then?
Well, now that we've done your statement, you'll need to get a written report from your doctor about where he thinks you stand.
So a bit more legwork ahead, eh?
Yeah, but it's worth it. The better we're prepared, the quicker it'll all be resolved. So, once we have that paperwork in here, we'll send it off with your application to the Commission.
Here you go, Jane. Not much of a hostess, am I?
You've done your fair share of nursing all of us in this town. It's time we looked after you for a bit. Such an unlucky fall.
The unluckiest bit is this workers' compensation dispute. They say they won't pay me for some of the treatments I've been having. They say they're excessive and unconventional.
It's been working, though. You're heaps better than you were a couple of months ago.
Tell me about it. I've applied to the Workers' Compensation Commission to help resolve things. I've got a phone conference tomorrow, and I'm hoping that I can convince them that the treatment's fair income. And it'll get me back to work sooner.
And what if you can't sort it out on the phone?
Well, then we'll all have to meet. But even then they send an arbitrator out to town, so I won't have to get myself to Sydney.
Not bad service, is it?
The teleconference is a chance for everyone to discuss the dispute and clarify the facts of the claim. This can shed light on how things can be resolved. But remember, disputes can be sorted out at any time, so you don't have to wait until the teleconference.
Your application went into the Commission. They're going to refer your claim for permanent impairment to an approved medical specialist.
So what's that?
It's a doctor who's independent of both sides and the Commission, and their decision is binding. But in the meantime, the insurer's made an offer, so we might be able to resolve the dispute sooner.
Sounds like it's worth a try.
Hello?
Hello, is this Jane Arnold?
Yes, it is.
This is the operator calling for your telephone conference. Are you ready to participate?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm arbitrator Bruce Johnson, and this is the teleconference for the matter between Jane Arnold and her employer, Fairborough Hospital. So, Ms Arnold, are you on the line?
Yes?
And are you being assisted by your union representative?
Yes, Jill Dixon here.
Fine. And we've also got the employer's legal representative on the line?
Yes, John Carl. And with me is the insurer's claims manager, Evelyn Lindsay.
Hello, everyone.
Is the employer present as well?
Yes, John Tannis here, hospital registrar.
Good. Let's get started then. What we've got here is Miss Arnold's claim for medical costs in trying to get her back right again. And it seems to me we have a good chance of resolving this dispute today.
Would you agree?
I'd like to think so.
Miss Arnold.
Would you like to begin by telling us what the dispute is about from your perspective?
Well, I've been seeing quite a few therapists since the fall. And I feel they've made quite a bit of difference.
Jane's well prepared, and that's important. She's kept all her receipts and documented all the costs relating to a claim. She's keen to resolve things and is prepared to negotiate. Her employer is also keen to see the dispute over.
We've reviewed the file and we just don't think that all those medical expenses should be paid by the insurer.
So you're sure you agree with that outcome, Miss Arnold? They're prepared to pay only those additional costs?
Yes, I suppose so.
And Mr. Tennis, are you satisfied with the decision?
Yes, we're okay with that.
All right. Now that we have a resolution, I'll issue a certificate of determination that sets out what's been agreed to today. And this will be sent out to each party within a week. Thank you.
Hello? Oh, g'day, Bill. How do we go?
The insurer has agreed to our offer. I think it's a good result for you.
Oh, that's great. I was just relieved to have things settled so I can try to get on with the rest of my life.
While Graham reached an agreement with his employer's insurer and Jane managed to resolve things at her teleconference, Angelo's didn't produce a resolution. So now he's come to resolve his dispute at what's called a conciliation arbitration meeting.
This is an opportunity to resolve the dispute face to face. So you're either able to move on to do that today, or I will need to make the decision for you. I'd like to start first of all with you, Mr. Farina. I'd like to ask you to outline the issues in dispute as you see them.
Well, it's been a while since I've had the accident and I haven't received any money yet.
With Angelo and his lawyer speaking directly to the employer's rep, there's still an opportunity to settle the dispute by agreement. The arbitrator assists in the discussion, helping them try to find a practical solution.
It says that I've been out of work for 4 weeks, which is true, and I'm having problems dealing with this.
Can that information be faxed to us at this meeting?
A framework in that in which you're prepared to negotiate.
Might be able to clarify without having to go back to the employer. Yeah.
So, as you've been trying to reach agreement for about an hour now without success, I think it's time to take a break for you to consider your options. Remembering, though, that if you aren't able to reach an agreement, I'll need to make a decision today. Mr. Farina and Mr. Baldwin, I'd invite you to use the meeting room next door and you can have a discussion in private. Ms. Andrews, Mr. Ruddas, if you use this room, you can consider the insurer's position. Thank you. So I'll call for you again in about 15 minutes, okay?
Right, okay.
Thank
you very much.
As you haven't reached agreement, I'll now turn on the tape recorder and I'll summarise the issues in dispute. This claim is brought by Mr. Farina, who sustained an injury to his back.
In Angelo's case, the arbitrator will make a legally binding decision. In some cases, parties can appeal against this decision, but there are strict conditions which apply. So as you can see, there are a number of ways that workers' compensation disputes can be sorted out. And if everyone's willing, things can be resolved at any time. Throughout the process, the Workers' Compensation Commission provides an open, flexible and independent forum to achieve fair and prompt resolutions. But remember, the more prepared you are, the more likely you are to achieve a quick and satisfactory result.
Did you get your workers' comp sorted out?
Yeah, I sorted that out, I'm glad to say. But best of all, I'll be getting back to work tomorrow, mate.
How many laps are you going to do, mate?